the ramification of those independent members of parliament who have basically jumped ship. That is, they've declared for the SLPP even when the life of parliament is still alive. What is the legal ramification for that? As you
Well, sometimes I call it the consequential effect. I describe them penalties, as I have earlier indicated that the consequential effect or penalties of you, an independent candidate, declaring for a political party when he is an existing, when he or she is an existing member of parliament. The penalty there is removal. He must be removed from parliament and his seat must be declared vacant. Because that is also a pursuant to section 97B, which speaks about responsibilities of members of parliament, privileges, immunities, responsibilities.
But don't you think the onus is upon also the SLPP, knowing fully well of the legal ramification, not to really go down that line and accepting those independent members of parliament? I'm talking about the good governance aspect.
Yes, of course, when it comes to moral responsibilities, when it comes to good conscience of the law, good conscience of democracy itself, because we are actually striving to modify or actually fortify our democracy for smooth running of peace, development, and unity, they must see those people as dishonest people, and those people as deceit, as provided for in section 97B, which says they must desist from any rogue attitude because they are representatives of Sierra Leone, not only from their own constituencies, they are representative of Sierra Leoneans, because they are there to discuss the affairs of Sierra Leone. They are there to discuss the day-to-day order runnings or democratic principles that are good for the running of our democracy. So, I mean, if they are actually conducting themselves in a dishonest position or in a dishonest conduct, I mean, they must be debarred, because parliament itself, where they are sitting, you refer to that place as the bar. See, they must be debarred, they must be actually removed from parliament, and those seats must be declared vacant. And if they are continuing enjoying privileges, immunities, after they have ignored and after they have contravened the very provisions of section 77M, then such attitude is deemed to be fraud, dishonesty, and they are also amount to trials, public scrutiny also, and public embarrassment.
We also sit on the plank of the good governance. If you look at these three members of parliament aforementioned, they were SLPP. It was because they were denied the symbol of the SLPP that prompted them to go independent, and they pulled off that shocking and interesting win, and they won their seats because they were popular with their people despite them not being having symbols. So someone can say they're just going home. What's the big deal about that?
Yeah, well, you see, we are not actually talking about their right to participation or their right to belong to any political parties or entities or anywhere as the case may be, because that is also a fundamental human right characterized in Chapter 3 of the Constitution. So if we try to infer, it will be unfair to their personality and for them being Sierra Leonean or residents in Sierra Leone, because it is their right. But their rights also, we have right. That does not mean if you have 39 rights, that means they are not being controlled or they are not being sanctioned with rules, regulations, and laws. Okay? Yes, they are extensive rights, but they have limitations. Just as you have responsibilities, being Sierra Leonean, you also have limitations on how you can exercise your right. Now, they are a member of parliament and they are politicians. They went to parliament under the ticket of independent symbol, okay? And they won. And if the law says, if you willingly, you cease to become a member of parliament, or you abandon your independent candidate, or declare for a political party, when you are under the symbol of independent candidate, and you are voted for under that independent candidacy, my brother, the law says your seat should and must be declared vacant. I mean, these are clear and straightforward laws. Even if you go for the spirit, the true intent of it, it will not be different from what I'm telling you. But because the politics in Sierra Leone is being practiced or being anchored on the basis of dishonesty, rogue, fraud, and most things, that is why some of them are doing. Let me tell you,